Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Paul Rudy, coming to you from the San Diego Hall of Champions. Tonight, the KUSI Sports Department, along with the CIF, presents the 2014 All-CIF Spring Award Show. What do you say we get started? All right, everybody, welcome to the All-CIF Spring Award Show. My name is Rudy. It's my job to shepherd you through what will be an amazing night as we witness some great athletic performances from a variety of athletes in a variety of sports. Now, earlier this evening, Steve Brand and the Hall of Champions were handing out All-CIF certificates in boys and girls lacrosse, badminton, baseball and softball, boys golf, boys tennis, and boys volleyball, along with gymnastics, swimming and diving, and last but certainly not least, track and field. Many of the athletes in this room were highlighted during our weekly KUSI All Sports Report Play of the Week segment. To give you an idea of what you're in store for this evening, Brandon Stone put together this musical salute to the best of the best in the spring season. Brandon's choice of musical accompaniment? Well, Kid Rock, of course.
Keeping the rally alive with the kick save, sacrificing his body to catch the foul pop-up with the 194-foot, 5-inch discus toss, with the full extension diving catch, scoring the game winner for the Islanders with just 23 seconds left.
It's an incredible feeling, especially like to make your school so proud, and like knowing that you did this for your honorary player, and like she had her back the entire time.
Well done, Brandon Stone. All right, that's a little taste of what you're in store for. In the next 60 minutes, we are going to introduce you to 180 first-team All-CIF selections. 180 athletes you'll see in action. So please, a round of applause for the hardworking men and women of the ASR photography staff. As you will see, we work very quickly, so settle in, buckle up, and prepare to be entertained. We'll start with girls lacrosse. Here's our Allie Wagner.
We lead things off with girls lacrosse, starting with Bishop's Kat Brown. The midfield attacker had 90 goals and 39 ground balls this year. She's headed to Bryant University next season. Next, a pair of Ravens, Katie Carlson. The 4-year varsity athlete finished her career with a total 148 goals, averaging 4 per game this season, and will be taking her talents to Cornell. Junior Alexa Carter. She put up 50 goals and 19 assists, bringing her to 69 points, and also boasts a 4.15 GPA. Lady Lancer Grace McGinty. The SDSU-bound junior had 74 goals, 81 points, and 65 draw controls this season. Joining them is Cathedral's MVP, Kira Williamson. The Marquette-bound senior set a school record for most goals in a single season with 77. She also had 75 draw controls. Also making the list, a duo of Islanders, senior Sarah Anderson. The The defender grabbed 41 ground balls, 31 interceptions, and 21 takeaways. She'll play at Boston University next year. Teammate junior Hannah Downey, Navy Academy commit, had 58 points on the offensive side while grabbing 56 ground balls and 58 draw controls. For Costa Canyon bringing 2 to the team, senior Bridget Grubb. The Cal-bound standout had 47 goals and 62 points, adding 56 ground balls and 58 draw controls. Genesis Lucero. The junior attacker had a whopping 84 points and a shot percentage above 54%. Poway senior Asia Pitzer. She had 28 goals and 36 points, adding 47 ground balls. She'll be playing at UC Davis next season. Making her third appearance on the first-team list, Falcons senior Casey McKinnon. The midfielder is heading to play at North Carolina, had 143 goals in her 4-year varsity campaign, averaging 3 goals per game her senior season. Finally, Valley Center Savannah Feeler. The junior tri-sport athlete had 62 goals and 74 points. She is committed to the University of New Hampshire.
Let's give a round of applause for the girls lacrosse All-CIF first team. Unfortunately, Player of the Year LCC's Bridget Grubb couldn't be here tonight, but I spoke with her earlier about receiving the award.
We had a tough start to the season. We had a lot of losses, and those were really difficult, but we really came back from that and just finished really strong. And it's just an amazing feeling, and my teammates worked so hard, so I'm just really happy we ended it with a CIF title.
As far as going to Cal now, I mean, do you look forward about playing there? What do you look forward the most to starting your college career?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to play at Cal. They have a building program, and then the academics are going to be great. I love the environment up there, so just really excited to start up there in the fall. Freshman, I kind of started to think about it. Oh, I might want to play in college, and then I didn't really know if I was good enough, so I put in a lot of time, and I'm just really happy and thankful it all works out.
Do you have any advice for young lacrosse players who are trying to, go on and play at the next level?
Yeah, just have a lot of fun with it and keep it in perspective, because it's such an honor and it's really a big blessing to do it. And just work really hard. You got to put a lot of time in.
Once again, congratulations to Bridget and all of the first teamers. Paul, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. A round of applause for the lacrosse team. All right, we'll go to a slightly smaller ball now. Here's Jake Fadden with the All-CIF first team selection in golf.
We start with the trio from the 5-time defending CIF section team champion, Torrey Pines Falcons. First on the tee box is Jamie Cheatham, the junior finishing tied for 3rd at the section championships while being named the Falcons Golfer of the Year. Joining him is Otto Van Hattelo, the junior who is already committed to play at San Diego State, will spend his summer overseas competing in amateur tournaments. The 3rd Falcon is Kyoshiro Azumata, the freshman making his mark for Torrey Pines with a top 5 finish at the section championships. A pair of La Jolla seniors making the first team, Perry Cohen will continue to show off his short game around the greens when he plays at St. Mary's next year. Joining him is Viking teammate Ben Doyle, the future Cal Bear finishing in the top 5 at the section championships while qualifying for U.S. Open sectionals. Representing Canyon Crest is Ashwin Arasu, the freshman leading the Ravens at the section championships by firing a 2-round total of 2 under par. University City sophomore Michael Zhang earning a spot on the first team, the Centurion star playing himself into a tie for 3rd at the section championships. And of course, members of the state runners-up, the Rancho Bernardo Broncos. Sophomore Tai Nagishi leading RB at the state finals with a 13th place finish. In 2013, he was named a Rolex Junior All-American. Joining him is senior Brandon Mai. The section's individual runner-up will trade in his Bronco blue for Bruin blue when he plays at UCLA. And finally, the 2014 section individual champion Franklin Huang, the senior earning a 2-stroke win at Admiral Baker after turning in a 2-round total of 8 under par. He will continue his career at Stanford.
How about a round of applause for the All-CIF boys golfers in the house tonight? I'm now joined by the Golfer of the Year, Rancho Bernardo's Franklin Huang. Franklin, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, it must feel pretty good to be named the Golfer of the Year here in San Diego, considering there's just so many good golfers out there.
Yeah. San Diego has had and does have some of the best golfers in the U.S., and it feels pretty good to join that list of names.
Now, your Bronco team had an excellent season. I think you guys reached the state championship where you finished in 2nd for the first time since 1999. How special was it to do that your senior season?
Yeah, it's been a goal since freshman year, and we didn't really think we could do it till the last 2 years, and finally do it my senior year was pretty special.
Now, next up, you're headed to Stanford. What about the Cardinal program made you say, hey, this is the place for me?
It's just the best combination of academics and golf. Resources available for anything I want to do are there.
Now, the Stanford golf team had a pretty well-known golfer make his mark there. I think you may have heard of him. I think it's Tiger Woods. Does that sound familiar? What's it like kind of following in his footsteps in college?
He was definitely a role model for golf-wise. Growing up in the Tiger era, I've always wanted to go to Stanford and try to emulate his success.
Now, you said your driver is probably the best club in your bag. Who do you kind of model your game after on the PGA Tour?
I really like some of the up-and-coming players like Rory and Bubba, and some of the younger players like Jordan Spieth. I think they have the talent to go far, and I want to follow them.
Real quick, I want to put you on the spot. British Open coming up soon, I think next month. Quick prediction?
Jordan Spieth. I think he's trending in the right direction.
All right, thank you, Franklin. And Paul, I was going to ask him to help me out with my putting, but I just don't think we have that much time, so I'll just send it back to you.
We'd be here all night, Jake. All right, everybody, a round of applause for the boys lacrosse team. We are going to take timeout number 1, but when we come back, all CIF selections in track and field and baseball are coming up next. Folks, if you haven't heard, you're watching the KUSI All-CIF Awards Show. Hey, welcome back to the All-CIF Spring Awards Show. Everybody thinks of our town as a football town, but truth be told, for as much football talent as we produce here in San Diego, we're really a hotbed for baseball talent. And here's proof. Earlier this month, 3 of our kids were among the first 21 selections in the first round of the MLB Amateur Draft. Cathedral's Brady Aiken, well, RB's Alex Jackson, and former La Jolla Viking Bradley Zimmer going 1, 6, and 22, respectively, in the draft. Pretty impressive, right? Yeah. I am betting at least 2 of those kids will be part of Rick Willis's look at the All-CIF first team selections.
We start the first team with RB's Alex Jackson, who tied the section home run record with 47. AJ was drafted 6th overall by the Mariners. Valhalla's Chris Hudgens hit .419 with 12 homers and 39 RBI. The Fullerton commit was drafted on day 3 by the Yankees. Teammate Jordan Kazar did it on the diamond and in the classroom. The Pepperdine commit's 4.23 GPA earned him a Scholar Athlete of the Year honors. Steel Canyon's Tanner Perry is an artist on and off the diamond. The Cougar infielder had 8 homers and 21 stolen bases. BV's Esteban Velasco helped lead the Barons to their first baseball title. The Bethel commit had a .977 fielding percentage at short. El Camino third baseman Jordan Pierce had a .566 on-base percentage that helped the Cats to the D1 title. He'll be heading to Nevada. Poway Jr. Kyle Dean is committed to USD. He'll play in the Under Armour All-Star Game at Wrigley this summer. Santa Fe Jr. Dylan Paulson hit .464. The lefty had a 7-1 record with a sub-2 ERA. He also carries a 4.1 GPA. Ramona Jr. Gage Canning hit .430 and was a perfect 26-26 on the base pass. ASU can't wait until he steps on campus. LCC's Mickey Moniak is the only sophomore on the team. The UCLA commit won gold with Team USA in 2013. Ramona's CJ Broussard hit .402 and had a 10-0 record with a 1.16 ERA, averaging a strikeout an inning. RB's Alex Homick posed an 11-2 record with a 1.92 ERA and pitched every big game for the Broncos, posting 4 shutouts in 6 complete games. Saints pitcher Kiko Garcia was part of the Parkview World Series team, and he's kept it going. The Pepperdine commit went 9-3 with a 1.16 ERA. Granite Hill's Jason Rose finished his senior season 8-0. The future Ute capped it off with a dominating performance that helped the Eagles win the Open Division. Finally, there's Cathedral pitcher Brady Aiken. He led the section in strikeouts and was taken 1st overall by the Astros in this year's MLB Draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the baseball team. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for showing up. And I'm here alone because, unfortunately, Brady Aiken had another commitment. That's what happens when you're a first-round pick. But I did catch up with him earlier today.
It's really an honor. I mean, there's so many kids out there in San Diego that worked hard and put in a lot of time and effort and played very well and should have gotten the award. But like I said, it's a big honor to be named the CIF Player of the Year.
I was walking down with my fiance down to the campground, and I saw the kook. Now, you really know you made it, not when you're the first overall pick, but when the kook is dressed up as Brady Aiken. What was that?
That was pretty cool. A couple of my friends, they went late at night and dressed the kook up, put a jersey on, put some pants on it, and a glove. And in the morning, I actually had a sign on my car that said, "Stop by the Cardiff Kook." And so I drove over there, and I saw it, and it was pretty cool, and I told them thank you because it was pretty cool.
What's it been like the last 2 weeks?
You know, it's been pretty crazy. The first week was really the most crazy. There was a lot of stuff I had to do. But now it's kind of laid back a little bit. I have some time. I have a little bit of summer to, hang out, say bye to my friends, my family, stuff like that. So it's been good, but, I'm excited to start playing and to see where my future takes me.
And they're already talking about you on MLB, fast-tracking you to the bigs, like maybe by the end of the year. Can you speak to that? It's a little different pitching against, the Eastern League versus the Chi Sox, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. I mean, anything can happen, but I really think if I keep working hard and, keep doing what I'm doing, pitch out like I know how to pitch, anything could happen. And hopefully maybe in a couple of years that I'll be up there pitching against, some of the great guys out there. But I'm looking forward to it.
I know we talked about this earlier, but what is the thing that you really want to get with that signing bonus?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I'm looking forward to coming back. I'm gonna go visit my sister out in she has a volleyball tournament out in Hawaii. So maybe go out there, surf a little bit, do something out there when I'm done. But I don't know. We'll see.
And finally, it's kind of been tradition. I promise you, this won't go on eBay. You have to sign this.
Yep.
All right, yeah, he did sign it, and it's not going to go on eBay, but there is Craigslist available for you. How about one more time for the baseball team, everybody? Paul, back to you.
He is shameless, 100% shameless. All right. One of the reporters that had the toughest job was dealing with the most athletes, and that would come from track and field. So we put our best guy on it. Here's Matt Gilson in the first team selections in All-CIF track and field.
Our trip through track and field begins with the pair of doubles in the dashes. Susie Agalazzi of Mission Hills defended her title in the 100 with the 4th best time in county history and also sped to victory in the 200. Brandon Lucas swept the 100 and the 200 on the boys' side, his 200 time taking 10th place in the county record books. Lucas also led Poway to a win in the 4x100 relay, along with Lance Mudd, Tyjon Lindsay, and William James. In the girls' 400, West Hills' Melissa Mongiovi made it 2 in a row. Toby Eziakoli took the crown for the boys and teamed with Derek Morton, Rashid Shaheed, and Garrett DeLong to lead the Sun Devils to the 4x400 title. For the girls' 4x400, the Poway squad of Haley Leonard, Devin Hoffman, Hunter Gibbs, and Savannah Santiago set the pace. Nia Akins crossed the line first in the girls' 800 meters and ran the leadoff leg for the Broncos' winning 4x100 team of Riley Dixon, Vanessa D., and Jackie Patterson. In the boys' 800, the top time came from Vista's Adrian Mangova. In the long-distance races, girls' all-academic team captain Emma Abrahamson added to last year's 1,600-meter title with wins in both the 1,600 and the 3,200. Torrey Pines senior Tall Brody took the boys' 1,600 in a photo finish, while Acosta's Stephen Fahey, the boys' all-academic team captain, went under 9 minutes to claim the 3,200. Cathedral sophomore Danny Johnson took home the 100 hurdles, and teammate Hannah LaBrie Smith defended her title in the 300 hurdles. The junior lowered her own section record with a runner-up finish at the state meet. For the boys, East Lake's Shane Martin bounded to victory in the 110 hurdles, and Del Norte's Tyler Nelson claimed the 300 hurdles. Moving over to the field event, UC's Brianna Curry repeated in the high jump, and Westview's Tyler Arroyo scraped the sky for the boys. In the pole vault, RB's Augusta Thomason set the high mark for the girls, while Poway's Charlie Bush hoisted himself and his dreadlocks into first place on the boys' side. Mount Miguel's Talisha Dozer bested her runner-up finish from last year's final with a win in the long jump, and St. sophomore Tanner Batika flew the farthest for the boys. In the triple, Country Days' Hadiya Muhammad hopped, skipped, and jumped to the title, and for the boys, Oceanside's TK Dodds defended his crown to earn a double in the triple. We'll wrap it up with another pair of sweeps. Mount Miguel sophomore Lalaga Tsaga set the mark in both the shot put and the disc,
And on the boys' side, Madison's Datsun Ogundeji not only paced the county in both the disc and the shot, but his 65-foot-5 shot put at the state meet also earned him the title of California State Champ.
How about a round of applause for our All-CIF track and field first team? All right, forgive me for the pronunciations right off the bat, but I'm joined now by the field athletes of the year, Lalanga Tasanga and Datsun Ogundeji. There we go. All right, Lalanga, we'll start with you. Now, this was only your sophomore year, and you swept both of the throws at the section finals. Take me back to the start of the year. What were your goals, and was all that even a possibility in your mind?
My goal was to actually go to state because last year I wasn't able to make it because I was fourth, and it was all God. I just couldn't believe it because I went in there wanting to win shot put, and I ended up getting it in discus. And throughout that whole season, I wasn't progressing as much, but when I got there and I actually did it, it was amazing.
That's awesome. Now, which of the two events is your favorite?
Shot put.
Shot put, why is that?
Because I'm pretty much better at it.
Because you're better at it. That definitely helps. All right, now you have 2 years left. What are your hopes, your goals for what to do with the next 2 years of your high school career?
I want to actually win state. I want to get there. Like, I want to win.
Yeah, I want to take it.
Yes.
All right. You mentioned you have another sport you might be thinking of, too.
I'm thinking about doing wrestling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should be fun. Hopefully we'll see you back here next year at the wrestling one of these. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. Now, we'll move over to Datsun. Now, you've had many successes in your high school career. Which moment from all of that stands out the most to you?
One of the biggest moments that I had was winning state. After 4 long years of working hard to get to that platform, I was finally able to achieve what I've been working so hard for. So that was one of the biggest things that I felt like I accomplished over my time as a track athlete.
Yeah. Now, the two of you don't go to the same school, but you've actually been working out together, doing that. Now, for you, moving on to the next level, now Datsun, what advice would you give to someone like Lalanga as she goes through any other younger athletes as they go through the rest of their high school career?
One big point that I have is that you always have to keep working hard because I remember my sophomore year, I thought I was one of the best athletes in San Diego. I go to the state meet and I end up scratching out, and it was a real eye-opener for me because you're not the best and you have to prove a point every single time you step into the ring or every time you just want to throw the shot, but you have to prove that you are the best thrower in California, in the nation, every time you want to throw.
Yeah. What do you think? Good advice?
Very good advice.
All right, I like it. Well, thank you to both of us for joining us. Good luck to both of you as you continue your careers. Paul, we'll throw it back to you.
All right, wow. That's why this show's so cool, people. All right, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, all league selections, all CIF selections in badminton, and all CIF selections in boys lacrosse. You are watching the KUSI All-CIF Spring Award Show. Are you having fun?
The All-CIF Show, brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union.
This is Maria.
Shut down the bar. Okay. Welcome back to the KUSI All-CIF Spring Award Show. The ASR's Thomas Coughlin was quite the badminton player during his days at Bonita Vista, so he was a natural choice to help us name our All-CIF first-team selections in badminton.
We start this year's badminton birdies with a Hoover Cardinal. Whitney Gonzalez takes home the girls' singles title, going undefeated in the regular season and playoffs. In girls' doubles, Gonzalez teamed up with Vivian Nguyen to take the crown, the Cardinal duo deciding not to concede a single set all year long. A pair of Centurion sophomores ran the mixed doubles table all the way to the top. Alex Gonzalez dominated with his backhand cross-court drop, while teammate Christina Lian intimidated foes with her block smash. In boys singles, Ollie Vietri was the biggest surprise in 2014. The unseeded Granite Hills Eagle crushed every opponent with class in the CIF tournament. Rounding out the shuttlecocks are seniors Trung Vo and Hyun Nguyen of Patrick Henry. Vo was a force along the sidelines with his cross-court backhand drop, while his partner in crime Nguyen was especially creative with his fake deception shot. How about another round of applause for this year's All-CIF badminton team? I am now joined by the CIF Player of the Year, Hoover High's very own Whitney Gonzalez. Whitney, thanks for being here and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor to be here.
Now, Whitney, you've told me you're headed to San Diego State where you'll be studying public health, but the real question is, what are your future badminton plans?
As of right now, I'm not sure. I know I'll not be playing for San Diego State because they don't have a badminton club team. But I might play for City College's team, the Knights, in the spring with Coach Sun. I will continue badminton as a hobby and play down at the Balboa Recreation Center. And I might go back in the spring to help out the Hoover badminton team and hopefully give them a few tips on their season.
That is fantastic. Now, looking back at 2014, you went undefeated in both singles and doubles play. You lost one set the entire year long. You had a dominant performance, to say the least. Describe your style of play. Do you model your game after anybody?
My style of play is aggressive. I hit everything down. I smash all the time. That's what I really like to do. I'm not easy to play against. I get put up a fight. And I role model after Gina Niff from last year. She was our #1. And I really like her style of play. She is more aggressive than I am. So I wanted to imitate her style, but obviously we can't compare our styles. But obviously I admire her, and she's my role model.
Now, obviously, you are a badminton sensation and talent. Have you noticed your badminton skills translating to other sports like tennis or ping pong?
Probably not. I don't think I would be good at any other sport. I think just badminton. But the thing about badminton for me is I know how to place my shots, and I think before I actually hit. So I think that will help me in life to think before I act so I don't make any incorrect mistakes. So I think that will help me.
Well, thank you so much, Whitney. How about another big round of applause for our All-CIF badminton team? Paul Rudy, back to you.
All right, thank you, Thomas. Time to bring in Brandon Stone and the All-CIF first team selections in boys lacrosse. Brandon, if you please.
Come with me now. Come with me now. We start on the defensive side with Ken Yates. The Dons well protected with 53 ground balls and 18 turnovers for the Middlebury College commit. He is joined by Shane Johnson of Poway, the defenseman good for 3 steals a game. The boys lacrosse team has 3 repeat honorees. Owen Westlack of Torrey Pine still the best face-off specialist in the land, converting 89% this year. Cathedral's Michael Kay, the Ray Allen of the county, shooting 30% from long range as a midi. And Cam Ziegler of La Costa Canyon, the attacker crossing the century mark at points, while leading the Mavs to an open division title. Speaking of champions, Spencer Byer of Carlsbad scored 28 goals, including a first quarter hat trick as the Lancers took the D1 title. The Bishop School putting 2 on the board. Connor McCroskey, the sole junior on this team, the attacker piling up 42 goals and 67 assists, while Jake Sayal's 40-goal, 20-assist output will have him playing with the back-to-back national champion Duke Blue Devils. Poway attacker Jake O'Donnell scoring 120 goals
over his time with the Titans. He's on his way to Drexel. On the island, Trent Schultz with a flair for the dramatic, like this face-off to net thriller with 10 seconds on the clock. We finish with Parker Lawler of the Pacific Ridge Firebirds, the Middlebury College commit putting the school on the map with 40 goals and 19 assists.
Come with me now.
Man, I love that song. All right, give it up for the boys lacrosse first team, All-CIF. All right, thank you very much. I am here with the Player of the Year, Cam Ziegler out of La Costa Canyon. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Proud of you. Now, the thing that I feel defines boys lacrosse in this county is the rivalry between Torrey Pines and La Costa Canyon. It doesn't get more intense than that. 3 finals out of the last 4 years. How has that rivalry affected you both as a player and as a person?
You know, it really just brings out the most competitive spirit out of every player on the field, and just brings out the best of every player on the field. And I don't know, it makes everyone play their best, and you see who's doing their thing on the field.
And at that point, you basically learn about each other, because when you play 3 to 4 times, you get real familiar, don't you?
Yeah, especially in the off season as well. Like I play with all those kids throughout my whole entire life, like middle school, and obviously every time we play 3 times a year during the season. So yeah, I get to know everyone.
Now you're headed to Bryant University in tiny little Rhode Island. How does a California boy end up in Rhode Island? Can you even find the place on a map?
I promise you I can find it on the map. One of my middle school coaches was actually good friends with the head coach of Bryant, and once he introduced me and I did a visit, I just knew that was where I wanted to be.
That sounds perfect. Now I got some trivia for you. I want to make sure you know what Rhode Island's about. So Delaware, first state in the Union. Where was Rhode Island? What number?
I'm going to go ahead and say 4.
Oh, 13.
13?
So close, so close.
Know.
All right,
think I know that? You kidding me?
I've got one in your wheelhouse. What famous family lives in Quahog, Rhode Island?
It's the Family Guy family.
Excellent, Peter Griffin. Great job.
Peter Griffin.
All right, you're going to be perfect at this, brother. Congratulations. Have a great time on the East Coast. Back to you, Paul.
Brandon Stone, you had a great night tonight. Thank you very much. We're going to take another timeout, but when we come back, hey, welcome back to the All-CIF Spring Award Show. Up next is gymnastics, and who better to introduce the All-CIF selections than our own champion of the pommel horse, Mr. Mike Milburn.
We start the All-CIF gymnastics team with West Hill's Carly Fairs. The senior followed up her 2013 first-team appearance by winning the compulsory beam and finishing second in the all-around in 2014. Next up is Carter Clatterbuck of Mount Carmel. This Texas transplant is the only sophomore on this year's All-CIF team, finishing first in the optional bars. Our lone freshman is Rancho Bernardo's Kalena Tano. Kalena used a first-place finish in the compulsory floor exercise to help her finish third in the all-around. We stay in the North County with Anna Webb of Del Norte. The Nighthawk Jr. finished second in the optional vault and beam, which vaulted her to third in the all-around standings. A CIF record fell at the hands of Santana Jr. Lachey Sawyer. Her record 9.850 in the compulsory vault was good enough to land this Sultan on the All-CIF team. Our next senior is Alex Dang of La Costa Canyon. This Maverick finished in the top 4 in 3 different optional events to help her finish second in the all-around. Making another appearance on the All-CIF team is Fallbrook's Sarah Engebretson. The Warrior senior missed out on a 3-peat in the compulsory vault, but used a first-place finish on the bars to help lead her to her first all-around title. We finish up with Tori Anderson of West Hills. The 2012 optional all-around winner duplicated the feat in 2014, winning 3 of her 4 events at the CIF Championships and helping lead the Wolfpack to their first gymnastics team title since 1999.
All right, Mike Milburn is at a gymnastics event in Las Vegas. So let me introduce the all first team selections right there. Here's
Tori,
Mike.
first off, congratulations on being named Gymnast of the Year.
Thank you.
Now, it's actually your second time being named the CIF Gymnast of the Year. You won it as a sophomore in 2012. Is it better to win it then, or is there a bit more satisfaction winning it this year as a senior?
I feel that there's a little bit more satisfaction winning it this year as a senior because it was my last year. So it was a great way to end my senior year as well as winning the team. The team was just the best satisfaction, best feeling.
West Hills' first team title in gymnastics in 15 years. Talk about the experience of winning that.
It was amazing. It was a great way to end my senior year, and just the excitement that the team had once they announced who the winner was. Like, we have worked all year. We have worked so hard for that title, and we finally made it.
And heading to Cal Poly in the fall at a steady early childhood development where there is no gymnastics program. So is this probably the end of the road for you for gymnastics?
Yeah, this is the end. I'm retiring from gymnastics. I think it's a good thing for my body, too, with all my aches and pains. But I'll miss it.
So you can look back on your career and say that it was a successful one?
Yeah, I feel like I ended it very successfully.
That's the story out here at West Hills. Paul, we'll send it back to you.
All right, a round of applause for Mike Milburn and Tori there, everybody. Now, it's my great honor to once again to acknowledge that Mission Federal Credit Union, as a continuing sponsor of high school sports in general, and specifically this All-CIF award show. So without them, this show doesn't happen. We've got to thank them very much. Mission Federal's Bushra Alajabi is here. Bushra, please take a bow. Everybody, a round of applause for the bank, or the credit union in this case. Bushra has a certificate right there that will be awarded. We award one for every season. And it's a hard task. They have to pick the best student athlete out of lots of applications. In fact, we had over 30 applications that began with a 4.0 GPA, and not one of them was considered because we had to start with the 5.0s. It's a difficult choice in the spring of 2014, everybody. But how about a round of applause as the Mission Federal Credit Union Spring Athlete of the Year Award goes to Point Loma's Ann Brunetto. Everybody. She is a senior lacrosse player and will be attending UC Davis next year on the as a Fulman Scholar, awarded to high-achieving students, and certainly falls into that category as she finished her senior year with a 5.0 GPA. Please, everybody, a welcome for Ann in person. So, Ann, tell us what a 5.0 GPA class load is like.
It's a lot. It can be stressful at times, especially with playing sports and trying to manage friends and sports in school. But I think that AP classes are really, really good classes, and you learn a lot. So I'm really privileged to have taken them.
To get a 5.0, though, every class is an AP class, isn't that?
Or honors. My French class was honors. So yeah, but every other one.
And just what were your, name some of the classes you were taking.
I took honors French 7-8, AP Art History, AP Lit, and what was the other class I took? I don't know.
All right, well, all right. I'm not going to be Brandon, so I'm not going to quiz you any further. Can you talk about how athletics helps your academics and how academics helps your athletics?
I think that the teamwork part of athletics definitely bleeds over into academics, and I think that the hard work ethic of academics definitely bleeds over into athletics.
Easy to call you a leader in your community. Tell us about some of your leadership projects.
Well, I'm a part of a leadership organization called HOBY, which is Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership. We're actually they just do get young people to be interested in leadership and leadership roles.
And congratulations on the honor.
Thank
you to Mission Federal Credit Union. If you know somebody that might be interested in this award or perhaps qualify, please send your applications or inquiries to the CIF San Diego section, 2131 Pan America Plaza, San Diego, California, 92101. You can go to their CIF website for more information. Don't go anywhere. The All-CIF show returns. We'll introduce the first team selections in softball and boys tennis. Put the remote control down. The show ain't over yet. All right, welcome back to the All-CIF Spring Award Show. Time to talk a little softball, and All-CIF first-timer Amber Borsham with our first-team selections.
We kick things off with a pair from Poway. Titans pitcher Courtney Shaw ending the season with 15 wins and 149 strikeouts. Joining her is teammate Malia Martinez, the junior shortstop batting .436. With nearly 100 innings under her belt, future Torero Kaylee Hill helping Ramona go undefeated in league play. West Hill's Courtney Horn also being recognized for her play. The senior catcher recording 77 putouts and will attend CS Northridge. Next up, Bonita Vista's Aaliyah Jordan. Her 32 hits propelling the Barons to the Open Division title game. Westview slugger Morgan Howe near the top of the hit list all season, leading the team with 41. The D1 champion Dons are represented by their own big three, starting with Hannah Gilliland, her home run in the finals clinching the title. She'll be at USD in the fall. Pitcher Devin Magnet posting a 20-win season with a 0.38 ERA. Completing the trio, third baseman Sarai New, knocking in 47 RBI. She will join the Fullerton Titans in 2015. CIF sportsmanship recipient Amber Huffman finishing the season with 44 hits, as well as the CIF title for Claremont. No stranger to the list is Torrey Pines' Emma Wong, the two-time All-CIF center fielder stealing 20 bases this season. Mater Dei continuing its outstanding play with 126 strikeouts from sophomore pitcher Kelly White. Lancer catcher Erica Pian-Castelli had 60 putouts, earning Carlsbad the Open Division Championship. You'll see her at McNeese State next year. She'll be joined by Fallbrook captain Haley Drew. Not only did she rack up 41 hits, she can play every defensive position on the diamond. RBV's Fale Aviu, leading the San Diego section in hits. The Longhorn Bomber finishing her junior year with 47 hits and 11 home runs.
All right, give a round of applause for the All-CIF softball first team. I'm joined by softball player of the year, Palima Aviu. I got it. You know I've struggled all the time. You made the team last year, and now you're player of the year this year. So how did you get to this point?
Well, there's a few things that have always helped my game, which is God giving me the ability to play, which I'm thankful for. My parents always supporting me and giving me that extra push that I always need, and just hard work. It's all the little things that you don't want to do, but you really need to do them. And you're going to have a lot of sacrifices.
Definitely. We know you're good at softball, obviously, but tell us what else you're good at.
I've always loved basketball, but baking is really where you'll find me, in the kitchen. All I have to do is wait for it to come out of the oven.
And what's your favorite thing to bake?
Brownies or cookies.
Both good choices, both good choices. Will you bake for all of us sometime?
Yes.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Thank you and congratulations. What an honor.
Thank you.
Paul, back to you.
All right, thank you, Amber. From the softball diamond, we go to the tennis court. Here's Tommy Morris with the first team selections in tennis.
We start in La Costa Canyon with Philippe Rivard and Nikki Yamamoto. The pair of seniors were the 2013 CIF runners-up and made it to the semifinals this season. La Jolla senior Colton Kellogg and freshman Sam Hahn. The pair helped the La Jolla Vikings to a 15-0 regular season record and went all the way to the semifinals in CIF. Sriganesh Manarahan and Timothy Saw from Torrey Pines. The sophomore and freshman were undefeated during the regular season, and the Falcon duo also won the Palomar League title. Keegan Smith and Ivan Thama from Point Loma. The freshman duo combined for a 72-3 record as singles players, but they joined forces for the playoff run to win the Pointers' first CIF doubles championship in 35 years. Justin Jan Thalangsi, Escondido. The Cougars' senior leader will continue his tennis career at Marist in the fall. Stephen Chen, Rancho Bernardo. As the #1 singles player on the roster, the senior helped lead the Broncos to a Division I team championship. Charlie Pay, Torrey Pines. The junior made it to the CIF finals this year, only to have to face his own teammate and eventual CIF champion Henry G. The senior won the championship, and it's the first time since 2004 that two teammates have squared off in the finals.
All right, let's hear it for the boys tennis team.
And I am happy to be joined here with the Player of the Year, Henry G. from Torrey Pines. Henry, you had a really, really, really good Torrey Pines team. 5 guys on the first team. Could have had 6 if the 6th guy would have played in the tournament. What was it like going to practice every day with those guys?
I mean, I actually didn't show up too often for practice during the year. We all kind of had our own thing going on, but yeah, like, if I did choose to go there, I would always have a good person to hit with, someone good to practice, and we all just kept making each other better throughout the year.
And you had a really rare occurrence. Since 2004, we haven't had teammates square off in the singles final. You did it with Charlie Pay. What was it like facing your own teammate?
I mean, we kind of knew each other's game. We played with each other all year, so it kind of felt weird at first, you know, because we've been like trying to help each other out through the whole year, and now we were playing against each other. But yeah, it felt like pretty confident going into the final because I knew how to play him.
And you played a lot of doubles this year. Did you envision yourself winning the singles championship?
I mean, I do play better in singles, and I know that myself, but the team needed me in doubles for winning like team matches, so I just played wherever I could to help the team.
And you're going to USC next year, 5 national championships in the last 6 years. What's it going to be like playing there?
Oh, it's going to be great. I mean, they've got the best team in the country, the best coach, so it's really the ideal place for me to continue improving my game and take it to the highest level it can go.
And I know you didn't want to do it, but I'm asking you to do it anyway and put you on the spot. When you hit good shots, you always let out that little grunt noise that everyone's become accustomed to. They wrote about it in the UT. Can you give us one? Please, can you just give us one?
It sounds kind of stupid, not on the court, though.
No, it sounds awesome. If I do it with you, will you do it? We can do the what or the come on?
Just come on.
All right, we'll do it on count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on! There we go. I don't know if we just blew out the sound system. Paul, back to you.
Oh, excellent job. Thank you, guys. All right, up next is boys volleyball, making her ASR debut as well, Nate Holmes.
We start at La Jolla High School. Joe Palatella is All-CIF first team, leading the Western League with 79 blocks, 42 aces, and 269 kills. Next stop, Scripps Ranch. Falcons outside hitter Kyson Olsen averaging 5 kills per set. Kyson finishing the year with 385 kills and 53 service aces. In Spring Valley, Steel Canyon Cougar Peyton Sherman makes the first team with 216 kills to go with his 155 digs and 63 assists. There's a triple threat at La Costa Canyon, starting with Kakoa Pukahi. Kakoa tallying over 1,100 assists, 71 blocks, and 206 digs. Speaking of digs, Kendall Ratter leads the threesome with 235, along with 302 kills and 47 aces. Closing out the Mavericks honorees is Adam Mester. Adam reporting 349 kills, 51 defensive blocks, and 168 digs. We have an Escondido Cougar on the first team. Ken Reyes ending the season with over 1,000 assists, playing 99 sets and posting 97 digs. For the second straight year, Bishop Scott McPherson is the Coastal Player of the Year. 460 kills and 200 digs is the reason why. Carlsbad Lancer Jacob Carlson earning a spot on the first team with 240 kills, 130 digs, and 30 aces. Last but certainly not least, ending at Torrey Pines is Cannon Kyle. Cannon is Palomar Player of the Year, averaging 17 kills per match. All right, let's give it up for the boys volleyball CIF first teamers. Congratulations, guys. And I'm sitting with Kakoa Pukahi from La Costa Canyon. Hello.
Hello.
So many students out from La Costa Canyon have been named Player of the Year. We're talking Chase Budinger, Scott Questenberry, Eric Magnuson, just to name a few. How does it feel to be a part of this legacy?
Being a part of this legacy, it's a great honor. It's good to come to the school and play for them, and glad to play for these great players over here and a great coach, and I'm just glad to be here.
And just to clarify, this is your first year at La Costa Canyon?
Yeah.
Great. And so do you have a volleyball role model?
A volleyball role model? Micah Christensen sets for USC. He's a great player.
Great. And I know that you have, you said that you will be attending the University of Hawaii. How does it feel, and why did you choose that school?
Oh, it's great to announce that, and I think that school is the perfect fit for me, and just being around there with all the players and the coaches, I think we'll fit really well, and it'll be nice.
It'll be nice. So I think that's a great fit. Paul, we're going to send it back to you.
Hey, Nate, you did a great job, everybody. Can you believe this is our final timeout of the night? When we come back, we have one sport to go. Swimming and diving. Vincent Winter will join us in just a moment. You're watching the All-CIF Spring Awards Show. Welcome back to the grand finale of the All-CIF Spring Award Show. You've been a great audience. Please give yourself a round of applause. We are going to finish in the water. Here is Vincent Winter and the CIF first team selections in both swimming and diving.
We start the All-CIF team with the 200 medley relay squad out of La Costa Canyon. Juniors Mitch Skarsky, Ryan Clancy, and Liam McCloskey, along with senior Quinn Risatelli, finishing at 1 minute 36.85 seconds.
Next up, junior Robert Guerrera, the speedster out of Fallbrook High School, sprinting his way to 2 first-place finishes in the championships. Moving from one speedster to another, Eastlake's John Randazzo, the senior capping off a great high school career with a victory in the 100-yard breaststroke. Ramona's Garrett Glaudini grabbing a pair of first-place finishes in the 200 individual medley and the 100-yard freestyle. On to the fastest race in the water, Cathedral Catholic's Jordan Kalina taking home the gold in the 50-yard freestyle. Valhalla's Michael Salazar making the 100-yard butterfly look like a piece of cake. The junior coming out on top in the finals with an all-new Division II best, 49.03 seconds. West Hill's Amika Ornelas swimming his way to gold in the 100-yard backstroke, as well as aiding West Hills to a third-place finish in the 200-yard medley relay. The 200-yard freestyle champs hailing from Coronado, the team consisting of sophomores Riley Ferguson and Bill Custer, along with junior Eric Arms and senior Israel Dadina. Next we have the Division II 400-yard freestyle relay champion Mount Carmel Sun Devils, seniors Chris Evangelista, Jacob Weber, and Grant Shank complementing freshman Jake Danzer. On the ladies' side, we start with the 200-yard medley relay team out of Westview, consisting of juniors Ann Nguyen and Sandra Yang, along with juniors Mackenzie Logan and Valerie Hull. Patrick Henry's Amanda Sumrow finishing first in the 200-yard individual medley, as well as second in the 100-yard butterfly. Sherry McEntee out of Carlsbad grabbing first in the 100-yard breaststroke, as well as third in the 200 IM. West Hill's Sarah Nowoski taking home the gold in the 500 freestyle. Next up, the 400-yard freestyle champions coming to us from Cathedral Catholic. The team of Jessica Pentlarge, Madeline Cosgrove, Cora McClelland, and Mary Roberts at the anchor finishing in 3 minutes and 33.36 seconds. Finally, we have Mount Carmel's George O'Reilly, the junior, taking home 3 gold medals in the CIF championships. On to the All-CIF Divers of the Year. On the men's side, we have Chase Webster, the junior out of Santana High School, scoring a Division II record, 334.25. On the ladies' side, we have Taylor Pamplin, the junior out of Escondido Charter, scoring a section record, 303.35. How about a round of applause for the 2014 All-CIF Swim and Dive team? I'm now joined by Men's Diver of the Year, Chase Webster. Chase, first off, thank you for taking time to talk to us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
First off, talk about what made this season so special for not only you, but your teammates as well.
I mean, everything. Like, the coaches that we had were absolutely amazing. My dad came in, volunteered his time. You know, everybody that's been helping us throughout the year. You know, we just got a new diving board from our school. The swim coach is always so helpful with everything. Like, there's nothing that isn't going towards diving, and it's awesome to see the sport start to grow and get bigger.
Talk about saving your best dive for last in the CIF championships. You break the Division II record. Talk about what that meant to you, and how did that cap off such a great junior season?
Absolutely everything. You know, that was my #1 goal going into this season, just trying to get through and just trying to compete with the best guys in there, and to be able to say that I won the Division II record is the best thing in the world. You know, there are some really tough competitors like Drew Webb from, I just forgot what his name was. But Drew Webb, you know, a bunch of other people. So next year I'm probably going to be gunning for the D1 title against Kevin Dreesen, who's probably one of the best divers living outside of Greg Louganis, to go through our high school area.
Now you get a luxury coming back your senior season. What from this season are you going to take in preparing for next season and competing next year to repeat your title?
I mean, absolutely everything. You know, every bit of practice helps, and just getting to compete with everybody that I do. You know, I get to see what dives they're good at, what dives I need to improve on. You know, just going off, you know, what do I need to get better and that kind of stuff.
Chase, thank you for taking time with us. Congratulations again. And Paul, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you. A round of applause for Vincent and Chase. All right, thanks for watching. Please make sure you dial into the KUSI All Sports Report every night at 10:45. You will see these athletes featured nightly on all our sportscasts and throughout the year. And as we call it a night, how about a tip of the hat to our hosts here at the Hall of Champions? Please, a round of applause for the Hall. This is a very special place, for one, because it allows us in, but it also preserves a lot of sports memories here in San Diego. Keep this hallowed hall in your plans for all your team functions, private parties. It is truly a special venue. Now remember, the 16th season of the Prep Picks Report starts Friday, August 29th. Until then, thanks for watching. You've been a great audience. Give yourself a round of applause.